and welcome to the garden patch. I am growing telegraph cucumbers this year and I'm watching them every day with anticipation as they get longer and it gets closer to harvesting. In this episode, my husband and I get our property ready for rental. Yes, we are going to be leaving our garden patch and renting out our lovely property here. And also, we see what happens in the garden from Cyclone Gabriel that hit Aotearoa, New Zealand recently. So come along and join me in this really interesting episode of the garden patch. And stay tuned because I'm going to tell you some more about what is going to be happening with this channel. Well, Cyclone Gabriel has arrived. We've been watching and waiting and it is here blowing like crazy all over the place. Overnight the winds really increased and the morning brought a little bit of damage to our garden. The fig tree completely lost a massive branch, just snapped right off from the main trunk. Looks a bit ouchy and we're going to have to deal with that. My husband came to the rescue once again with his trusty saw and he sawed off the branch and actually tied a bit of the bark back into the trunk to hopefully help it heal. One of the best things was I was able to pick figs because the branch was so low. The fig tree was so full of fruit this year, it's a shame that it's fallen like this. There's so much water everywhere. Tipping out water from the pots was my job after the cyclone left. And there is just water everywhere. I tend to tip my pots on the side after a big rain to help them drain. Before the cyclone hit, my choko vine was doing amazingly well and I actually harvested the biggest choko I've ever taken off this vine. You'll remember last year there were so many chokos, but here it is. This is the most humongous choko and we did eat all of it and it was delicious. I picked it and then I thought I have to weigh this huge fruit. I don't know if it's a fruit or a vegetable, but I thought I got to weigh this, so I took it inside and put it on the scales and it was quite heavy. I believe actually that it ended up being nearly, oh yeah, a kg. Look at that. Now we're on to taking down the bougainvillea. I really loved this hedge. It's been growing for about 4 years, has a beautiful purple flower, I believe it's called magenta. But with renting out a property, you have to make it manageable for tenants, and this hedge needs trimming every fortnight. And so it had to go. And once again, my amazing husband braved the thorns and clipped and cut until the entire hedge was removed and stuffed into one trailer. Amazing. And that is the end of my amazing bougainvillea. I have loved it and I will have another one day. It looks so bare without that bougainvillea hedge. Look at that. It was such great privacy and now you can see right through. favourite succulents that I really want to keep, and so I'm potting them up into one big pot, and I'm hoping that my mum is going to look after them for me when I move on. So here we go. I've got my succulents and my big pot right here, and I'll show it to you. So I've prepared this, and now I'm going to put my succulents in it. Here is my selection of plants, and I'm going to put them all in the pot now. I've done it. I finally got all of my favourite succulents into a pot, and I love it. So there you go. There is my succulent pot of my favourite succulents. Thanks in advance, Mum, for looking after these for me. What a huge episode this has been of cleaning up, cutting down and removing plants from my lovely garden. I thought it would be fitting for me to finish this episode off down here at the beach, because the reason we are moving out of our place is because we are going to move onto a yacht, and we are going to be sailing, my husband and I, across the Pacific for the next little while. So yes, this channel is going to change. Do keep watching. I will give you more information about what is going to be happening, if it's going to be renamed, and so on. But it's going to be an adventure. It's going to be awesome and exciting. And so till then, bye bye.